Young men, I did not watch any of the 2026 NBA Finals. Of all the games, of all the accolades, of all the reasons to watch it, I did not watch none of the 2026 NBA Finals. So obviously, last night, if you're watching this video fresh off the press, then last night we had a game and the Knicks won the game. How do I know this if I didn't watch it? Well, the only reason why I know is one of several reasons. One, wherever I go out in public, a lot of people are talking about the games. And it's crazy because they'll assume that I'm watching it. They'll assume that I'm watching what the rest of the world is watching. So they'll come right up to me and start talking about the game without even asking me, am I into the games? Do I even watch the games? And so I'm naive, I'm dumbfounded. I have no clue of what they're talking about, of what games took place, who actually played. Like, I am that dumbfounded when it comes to the NBA Finals, especially this year. So they come up to me talking about the games. They come up to me talking about the players that I've never heard of. I would say the last real era of basketball that I actually sat down and was about that life of watching basketball was the Michael Jordan era. Before LeBron James, we're not going to get into that debate. That's not what this video is about. But that was really like the last real era of me sitting down watching the games. But again, I did not watch none of the 2026 NBA Finals. Not because I don't have a TV, not because I don't have an internet provider, not because I don't have the resources to watch it. I did not watch any of the NBA Finals last night. Was, I think, again, the Knicks and some other team. And I didn't watch it. Not even that one game. Again, one of two reasons. One, the only reason how I knew of it was because people talk about it in the community. And two, the only other reason I knew was because I do watch YouTube. And it popped up on my YouTube channel that there was a game and there was an NBA Finals game that actually concluded to a result of, I believe the Knicks won the game last night. But what I did do was actually realize that somebody put together a 2-minute clip of everything that transpired within those 4 quarters. So I said, I have 2 minutes to spare. Let me go ahead and catch myself up to speed. So I did entertain watching 2 minutes of it, but that was it. That was all that I could afford to watch of the actual game. So one may ask, D, why didn't you watch the game? Like, are you living under a rock? Are you depressed? You know, you have the resources to be able to watch the game. You have a TV, you have internet. Like, what's going on in your world? And I'm going to simply answer that question by saying, I didn't have time to do it. Sure, I could have turned the TV on. Sure, I could have watched it. Sure, I could have, watched the entire series. I had the resources to do it. I could have watched the actual game last night, but I didn't have time to do it. I had no time to actually do it, not because I was at some 9 to 5, not because I had to do overtime at a 9 to 5, not because of none of that. The reason why I did not watch any of the NBA Finals, the reason why I did not watch any of the game last night was because I did not have time to freaking do so. Because there's a thing that I'm pursuing in life called purpose. There are responsibilities that I have. Young men, listen up. There are responsibilities that I have when it comes to making sure that I put my purpose, my dreams, goal setting above everything else. And so entertainment falls lower in the priority list when it comes to the things that are least needed to be accomplished during my daily task of life, my daily walk of life. Entertainment is a lesser priority, while purpose and family and God, purpose, family, God is above everything else. So when it comes to my decision to not watch basketball, that is my sacrifice. When it comes to anything that you do in life, you have to sacrifice something in order to achieve whatever it is that is in front of you when it comes to your race of life, your walk of life. So everything is a sacrifice. I could have easily said I'm a sacrifice going after my dreams to make myself available to watch the games. Keep in mind the games are hours long, bro. Traps. And to each his own. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that there's no purpose to have pleasure in your life or have pleasurable experiences or take trips or go to the movies. I'm just saying that I'm conscious and I'm aware, on high alert, when it comes to what it is that I consume, the time that I take out to consume, the amount of consumption that goes into watching the games, the amount of time attached to when you're sitting, consuming the games, hours within your day. So for me, if I'm not where I want to be, if my business isn't as established as I want it to be, If I don't have my vision before my eyes, if I have not completed the task, then young men, my vision comes first. My purpose comes first. Attacking my dreams comes first. And there has to be some sort of sacrifice. Do I sacrifice entertainment to go after my purpose? Do I sacrifice entertainment, hours of watching the game, hours of consuming the game? Do I sacrifice that to go after my purpose, to follow my dreams, or do I sacrifice my dreams to sit and consume the games? It's all a trap. It's all a trap. It's all meant to distract you. I'm not going to delve too further into that piece, but I just want you guys to catch my drift. Young men, God placed you in this world for a reason. God put you in this world for a reason. God sent you here to create. God sent you here to produce more than you consume. God sent you here to follow your path of life, to be on your mission, to be on your purpose. He sent you here to be less distracted and more of a person who consumes the right things in life. Again, it's okay to occasionally sit down and watch TV. Again, it's okay to occasionally sit down and watch your favorite shows. Again, it's okay to occasionally be entertained. Keyword, occasionally. However, it's a time and a place for everything. So if you have a job, if you're working, if you're occupied within the 7-day span of your week, if a lot of your time is eaten up by studying, by going to school, by having a job, by having to sit behind the desk and crunch numbers for the company, by having to be on phone calls, Zoom meetings, doing something that pulls you away from your dreams. If the majority of your time spent within the day is already where you have to be available for someone else's business, for someone else's dreams, come on now. If you're already pulled away for so much time and so many hours devoted to make someone else's dream grow bigger, to make someone else's dream be manifested while you're trading your block of time, to make someone else's pockets get bigger, get fatter, grow richer. If you're already given that block of time, bro, a huge chunk of your time in your life to pour into someone else's purpose, to pour into someone else's passion, to pour into someone else's dreams, then where do you find the time to do it for yourself? I ain't talking about casual movement, bro. I ain't talking about casual movements. If you move casual when it comes to chasing your dreams, then your dreams is going to be all over the place. You're going to manifest it casually. You're going to kind of sort of get it, kind of sort of manifest it if you kind of sort of attack it. If you kind of sort of work on your dreams, if you kind of sort of work on your goals, then you're going to kind of sort of get those results. You're going to get kind of sort of results back because you're kind of sort of doing it. Sporadically, you're working on it. Nothing's on TV. Let me go ahead and now attack my purpose because TV is more of a priority in your life. But if you really want to really see your dream manifested, then you have to bump it up the priority list. And you have to be intentional when it comes to making sure that you are attacking your goals and your dreams every single day and making sure that nothing gets in the way of that. Entertainment is cool, but you have to also keep in mind that when you say you can't find time to work on your goals, need I say more? A basketball game is 2 hours long. So you mean to tell me, no, you mean to tell yourself, because this isn't about me. I'm just trying to motivate you and inspire you to do the right thing with your life and your time of life that you don't get back on top of that. So what you're telling yourself is you don't have time. You can't find time to work on your dreams, your goals. You don't have time to do that, but you can sit and watch 2-hour games every single time the games come on. And this is the playoffs only. This is not even talking the regular season. We're talking about the playoffs alone, 2 hours long, several games going on. You can sit and watch every single 2-hour game, bro, but you can't find time to work on your goals. You can sit and talk about every single detail of what transpired in the games with your friends, your coworkers, your peers, which is more time on top of that based on information of what's been consumed the majority of the time that you spend, bro, on your weekends or wherever, whenever the games come on. So I'm just pretty much trying to encourage you to sacrifice sometimes. Those things you like, I like things too. I like sports too, but you have to choose a sacrifice. Just think about it, bro. Let me delve a little bit deeper into it. Then I'm going to wrap this video up. Let me cook just a little bit deeper. Let me take you on this little journey real quick. of explaining to you how you do actually have way more time than you think. I have a few videos that I talked about just when you come home from work, you have an hour that you can devote to during your lunch at work, your 15-minute breaks, and then you have your 5 to 9. But let me get a little bit heavier when it comes to the topic, bro, of what it is I'm talking about. So I'm pretty sure that basketball, the finals, is likely not your only source of entertainment. I'm pretty sure there are TV shows that come on, which what cost you more time. Let's get into it. I'm pretty sure you have movies that you enjoy, YouTube or Netflix that has series attached to it. Let's get into it. That requires and costs you more time. So now we have basketball. Now we have movies. Now we have shows that has series that requires you to sit down and cost you more time. So if you actually think about it, with you having a whole reason that God put you on this earth, you have a whole vision. You have things that you want to do. And yet you say you don't have time. Think about what you're consuming majority of the time. Think about you not putting yourself in a position to sacrifice those things that we like, those sources of entertainment. Just a little bit of it. Cut off half of it. Meet yourself down the middle if you must. Skip out on some source of entertainment that you make yourself ready and available to every single time it comes on. Cut out one. Love and Hip Hop. Cut that out. Cut out one. Black Ink Crew. Cut that out. If you cut that out and use that block of time to work on your purpose, guess what you just did? You opened up time to work on your actual freaking purpose, bro. Your favorite shows may come on every Tuesdays and Thursdays, and they last about an hour to an hour and a half. You just gave yourself 3 hours of sacrificing something that is less important, less valuable, something that's not going to put any money in your pocket or grow you closer to your goal. If you sacrifice that one thing, that one show, if you sacrifice that one show, which comes on 2 times a week, which lasts an hour or an hour and a half, then you just made one of the greatest decisions that you could ever make in your life by sacrificing 3 hours of what you used to entertain to actually now work on your dream. One of the greatest decisions that you made was to say, I want to watch it, but it's not as important. Now imagine if you choose another show to sacrifice, another source of entertainment to sacrifice, to chase your purpose, to follow your dreams, to build that dream, to be on your goals. Just imagine if you added another show that you said, you know what, not as important. Now you get to get in your bag. You get to get deeper in your bag. You get to manifest that dream even more. You get to lock in on your dreams, bro, because you're starting to get it. You're starting to sacrifice for what's necessary, the things that are more important. You're sacrificing. You're stacking sacrifices. The more that you stack the right sacrifices in your life, the more that your dreams become manifested, the more it becomes a reality. When you stack the right sacrifices and trade in the wrong sacrifices for the right sacrifices. How do you stack your sacrifices? Do you stack the wrong sacrifices and actually sacrifice your vision and your dreams, bro, for sacrifices that really does not pay you back, that does not pour into you, for things that all you're left with is a memory, a conversation piece, a soundbite, something that you could talk about, but nothing that contributes to your legacy? Stop stacking the wrong sacrifices and start stacking the right sacrifices so that you can win in life. Again, stop stacking the wrong sacrifices and start stacking the right sacrifices so that you can win in life. Produce, my brother. Consume less, my brother. You're worth it. Your goals are worth it. Your legacy is worth it. If y'all rocking with the vibe, then I encourage you guys to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Peace and blessings. One love. Strength.